This will exactly show you what living below your means look like in your early 20s. I'm 22 years old right now, and the date is November 30th, right before December. So let's get into it. All right. So this is strictly my needs, not my total percentage of what I'm spending, but strictly my needs on what I need to do to basically live. So this includes housing costs, food, personal care like lotion and gym memberships, insurance for my car and maintenance, as well as entertainment. So subscriptions like Spotify, Crunchyroll, and Netflix, which I will show you in depth on what I'm spending in those categories. So my budget in total, and this will probably be for the next 16 to 20 months, will be that number, $2,851 per month on what I'm spending, and the rest of income that I'm making, which is 70%, will be towards other investments like courses, coaching, stocks, savings, and all that. But this is strictly what I'm spending for my small percentage of income into this. So for housing costs, $1,800 per month, food $550, and this includes all my groceries, so my reoccurring meal prep company, my reoccurring protein shakes, chips, all those healthy stuff, and personal care. So like I said before, gym memberships, haircuts, lotion, soap, and all that. Insurance, so this will include car insurance, maintenance for repairs and gas, and entertainment, so like I mentioned before, Netflix, Crunchyroll, and Spotify. So first I'll be going over housing costs. So for rent, like my base rent, I am paying $1,650 per month, and then utilities I'm paying $150. So this includes like all my parking. Water, electricity, and all that. The reason I only spent this much, $790, is because I have a promotion. I just moved in, and the first few weeks is free. So the next 2 months of my rent on my new apartment is half off basic, which is why it's at that $790. Okay, moving on to food. Like I mentioned before, it's strictly groceries. So I consider groceries as a need for obvious reasons. You need to eat to fucking survive. But also too, I have a separate budget for eating out. And I consider eating out as an investment because it saves time and it saves money. But this is what I need to strictly live off of. Okay, it says 500 here. This is not updated, but it is 550 in total. Now for personal care, like I mentioned in my summary, gym membership, my haircuts. I get a haircut once every week. Healthcare too, so like my treatments, like healthcare stuff, dentist, my monthly payments for that. Not doing so well in terms of the gym because I did pay for like day passes since I was at my parents' house for Thanksgiving and I needed a day pass. So that's why I'm spending that much, $120. A little bit over, but that's okay because if you can see in the rest of the categories, I'm doing well in terms for that. Car insurance, it's usually $149. The reason it's kind of high is because I'm still a new driver. In the context of things, I got my license when I was 18. I'm 22 right now, so 4 years, still considered a new driver, quote unquote. And gas, right? I only spend $30 a month on gas, or $30 to $50 a month on gas. I don't really drive a lot. I usually travel for work once a month, and when I'm at home, I work remotely, which is kind of nice. And everything's so close in terms of driving, so I don't need to drive too far. Like at most, I'm probably driving at most 10 miles out of my house each and every week. So that's why I'm spending like $30 on gas. And then entertainment is Spotify, Crunchyroll, and Netflix. So like I mentioned before, I'm gonna zoom out here. So this right here is 30% of my needs in terms of like my income, right? Or less than that. It's less than 30%. And then the rest, so like greater than like 70%, I'm investing towards myself. So courses, certifications, savings, investments in crypto. I'm now investing into crypto, or will be soon. I've invested so far $150, somewhere around there, and stocks and ETFs as well. So yeah, so my goal here is to reduce that less than 30% of my income lower and lower as I get promotions or get new opportunities in terms of business ventures and other income sources like that, and put that more into my investments. So essentially that's what it's like living below your means, or at least for me, living below my means. An overall budgeting $2,851, but for this month, and it's November 30th right now, so it's almost the end of the month, I've only spent $1,863 and spent the rest into my investments, which is this, more than that 70%. So if you want to build wealth in your 20s, you're going to have to live below your means. You got to take the effects of compound interest when you're young so that you could increase your income more and more and more and reach more of that financial freedom so that you don't have to rely on your job. And you want to go to work because you want to, not because you have to. And I'm still trying to get to that point as we speak. So that's kind of my journey right now.